H7O7.
I was painted by a very talented painter called Rيديكولوز, and he's a dear friend, and he showed an emotion where it looks like I'm bitching and complaining about everything. And he showed like a weekday after work, chilling and having fun with Samer, that I can be very much myself in front of him. So basically that portrait shows the truth. I think the portrait is fantastic. My prediction for this painting is going to be as famous as the Mona Lisa. It's a modern take about what's happening in the world right now. In this painting, Faris, Sultana, is representing another aspect of the Middle East, another sexuality, something funny and promoting really peace. I'm fighting with my existence, fighting to be myself, fighting to show the world what I am, my complexity as a character. Sultana is a drag queen, a performing artist, a painter created in New York City in 1996. I became the only drag queen belly dancer in New York City. In a city that not necessarily is pro-Arab. I grew up with the Jordanian passport, born in Cairo, because with Palestinian, the king gave us the passport. Then from Cairo, we moved to Amman. Then Amman, the Black September happened in 1970, when the Jordanian wanted to get rid of the Palestinians. I got kidnapped by the Jordanian army, and my father freaked out. He sent me to boarding school in Beirut, Chanville. C'est pour ça que mon français est impeccable. So Beirut was fabulous from 1970 to 1975. Then the civil war happened in 1975 in Beirut. They took me to the airport and they put a scarf on my head to hide me. I was a boy to escape Beirut. I went to Cairo 2 years, where I became a teenager looking for love. And then I went to Amman 4 years. So the political situation in the wonderful Middle East that's so complicated did the trajectory of my moving. Well, Cairo, when I was born, it was the Mecca of show business, and it was the Hollywood of the Middle East. I grew up watching these amazing Arabic movies in the 60s and the 70s, when all these women were allowed to be sexy. The Egyptian women put the eyeliner like no one else. And these sexy curvy bodies, and Hind Rostom and Suat Hosni and Fatin Hamama. I mean, these divas were out of this world. But unfortunately, things changed. I think drag is an art. It's homage to the divas of the golden years of Hollywood. The biggest inspiration of a drag queen is the 1940s movie stars. Marilyn Monroe, diva number one. All in all is all about Marilyn, till today. Joan Crawford, the golden era of Hollywood, is something out of this world. All handmade dresses, haute couture to its prime, the 1940s. I mean, these are all my influences in life. I worship Dalida, I worship Fayrouz, Sabah. I saw them all in the Piccadilly in Hamra. Ayam al-Azz. My first performance was in Beirut in the 70s. I wore a dress and I did Gigi Lamoroso. That was before any understanding what is drag. My expression was to belly dance in Arabic under وردة الجزائرية حرمت أحبك once a week, and everybody adored the music. And I felt through my belly dancing, I'm creating peace. My daily inspiration is always Madonna. Madonna, I fall back to when I want to look what's the new trends in makeup. I always look at Madonna. The problem that drag is very sexy, so people understand it as like being a prostitute, especially in the wonderful Middle East. New York drag is like, has been in since the 90s. I go to the top restaurants in New York dressed up in full drag, and I'm treated like the red carpet is on the floor. The drag look changed a bit. Like we do full drag, body wax, no hair. Now they have hair on their arms. They do 50 men, 50 women. The modern drag queens now, they're not polished like us. إحنا can beauty. Like, I don't do the in-between look very much. I tried once to do Bowie. It doesn't work. I either Faris in a suit looking like a pasha or the very sexy Sultana. And with my look, that's what works. I tried sometimes to put a little mascara when I go out. I look like the secretary who's wearing glasses. I mean, you know, it's not sexy. Poor secretaries. It's glamour. It's 2 hours makeup. It's the fur that my mother gave me. You can't make it up. It's people want glamour. If you want to leave your house on a cold night in New York, you have to see glamour. The aesthetic style comes from many divas. One of them comes from La Dolce Vita, Anita Ekberg. My dream was to be kissed in the Fontana di Trevi in Rome. And this is a scene that of course, we have to cheer up always. Coming out. If you have a job in life and you can support yourself financially, you can basically do what you want. It's automatic freedom. If you move out of your parents' house, you can do whatever you want. Being independent helps you coming out. But if you're living with them, it's a problem. You cannot do what you want. I made myself, I was very afraid of my father. I was very scared of my dad. I basically came out after my father's death. I was very scared to face my dad, a Middle Eastern Palestinian man who worked so hard to give us the best education and the best life. All he did is work for his family, and then he killed himself. It's a horrible story. I went to shrinks to become straight in the wonderful America, which was a total waste of time. It was fear of facing my father as a gay man. Then one friend told me, I love that story. He said, you might as well hire a prostitute. She will do a better job than that shrink that costing you $100 a session. We're talking about 1981. I was a student paying him. It was a total waste of time. I became more gay than before after seeing the shrink. I'm the man, I'm the woman, I'm the fighter for the Middle East. I'm also pro-peace. I try to stay friendly with everybody. That's my policy. Even if we disagree, I do the thing. بعمل الواجب. Comme on dit en arabe. I call for everyone's birthday. I go, I'm sweet, but I live in New York, they're in the Middle East. I don't try to explain myself anymore. I would like to be remembered as a performer, as an artist expressing himself or herself, as a lover of life, lover of the party. I always need a little party in my life. There is always a little party inside of me. J'aime la fête.